the first topic?
Well, you saw Black Panther.
Finally! Oh my god. What is this, like the 5th week it was out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure people have seen it every day since it came out.
Dozens of times. Yeah, it was pretty epic too. And it was nice that like since there wasn't that many people in the theater, we got really good seats.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Quality seats.
No, the movie was amazing. I fucking loved it. Like even though like yeah, the movie's like focused on like African people and their plight and how horrible it is that, you know, like they refer to British
Africans.
people.
How will we ever relate to this movie?
Yeah. Well,
It'll never.
I like how like they refer to British people as the colonizers. It's just a lot of racial stuff going on in this movie. But like, even though like I'm Mexican, like it's still like empowering, you know? It's I don't know. It's just badass to see like people of a minority like taking charge and kicking ass, you know?
Doing it for themselves.
Yeah. So like the movie, it starts off, I think it says Oakland, 90, somewhere in the 90s, like early 90s, I think. And they show the Black Panther, but he's old school Black Panther because it was the first one. The story was really good. Like it.
Well, yeah, of course there's spoilers because it's been out for weeks.
Okay. Yeah. Obviously, like. Because like even though I listen to a movie podcast and like they talk about movies and like
so like not only do you see the movie but then you get to hear like breakdowns and stuff of it.
Yeah, I listened to the podcast today too. I like how they'll do a regular episode with no spoilers and then they do a whole episode that's just dedicated to spoilers. Like they just run through the whole movie. Why am I getting phlegmy?
A hack 'em.
Nah. So, like, what was it? Captain America Civil War? That's where he first introduced to Black Panther, right?
Yeah.
T'Challa. He's, his dad dies, right? In that UN bombing. So, like, his whole motivation is to get the guy that killed his dad. So, like, the movie basically takes place, like, I think they said it's like a week after that, after his dad dies. And so, like, he goes back to Wakanda and they show the whole ceremony of him becoming king and officially Black Panther. Like, there's this whole thing, like at the beginning, the whole intro of the movie, it's like this kid asking his dad to tell him a story. And so, like, they tell the story of Wakanda, how they got vibranium, but it's all done with like sand. And so it's like things like changing. It's really crazy.
Oh, so it's like a kind of like art style or like animation style kind of?
Yeah, they show like wars and then like how the Black Panther came to be. And there's these 5 different tribes in Africa that live in Wakanda. And so the Black Panther is basically king of all the tribes. And so T'Challa, he's the new Black Panther. He's going after, what's the guy's name? Ulysses? The bad guy. Damn it. Yeah, Ulysses Claw. I didn't know it was spelled Klaue. Because, like, they just keep calling him Claw. And so, like, just figured it was Calw. I'm like, yeah, Ulysses Claw. He's the guy from, he was in Avengers, Age of Ultron. He's the dude who, Ultron cut his arm off, remember?
No.
Damn it, Anthony.
That was a lot of movies ago, Age of Ultron.
Yeah, it was. He was in that movie. He's when they're in like this factory place, and like Ultron's making a deal with this dude to like get some vibranium, I think, and like the witch lady and the fast dude show up, and they start fighting, and then like the dude tries to run away, and that's when Ultron takes his arm off. It's fucking metal. Just took his arm off like nothing. But like that dude is in this movie. He has a new arm, so it's like robotic, and like they show him like they're doing this heist in a museum to get this like axe thing that's made out of vibranium. No one knows it, but of course he does. That's why they're stealing it. So like he uses his hand, it like opens up, and like you see like a shockwave come out, like breaks glass, and then he grabs the axe thing. He's holding it, and like it starts vibrating, and all the rust comes off, and it's like looks brand fucking new.
Nice.
And he's also like shooting people with it too and shit. It's fucking crazy. So like he's a big part. He's mostly like the first half of the movie, and then he fucking dies. And then the second half of the movie is the guy who's helping him, Michael B. Jordan's character. You know, he's in this movie. His name is Killmonger.
I've seen memes of him.
That's how you relate to everything, as a meme?
I'm on Twitter a lot.
So, Killmonger, he helps Claw get this to do the heist in a museum. So like you think he's just like playing second fiddle or whatever, but like then he ends up killing Claw after like, well, there's this whole scene where Black Panther's going after him too, but like he gets away.
So Claw, is Claw even the main villain?
He is for like the first half, and then fucking Killmonger kills him, like he does.
Sounds passes. Makes sense.
And it's pretty crazy. Like this dude, he's like, they say he was in the U.S. military and like special ops. So like they say he went to like Afghanistan and all that, and they said he racked up kills like it was a video game. And then like later on, you see him, he takes his shirt off, and like he makes burn marks on himself for every kill he gets. So his whole torso is just covered in notches basically for each kill.
Oh, like he scratches himself with
burn,
basically?
They're burn. Like have you seen how African people, they have like the designs of they're like bumps kind of, but like it's from burns.
Sorta.
Yeah. Well, he did it to himself for every kill that he got. So it's like pretty gross.
Yeah. I would just drink a nice beer or something.
Yeah. Oh, but then like so yeah, this guy Killmonger, it turns out he's related to Black Panther because okay, I have to talk about the beginning part of the movie again. In Oakland in the 90s,
Black Panther. Play a rewind noise.
Yeah. So the movie starts off with like these two gangster looking dudes. They're like in the house. You see like two machine guns on the table, and they're going over like this plan. They have like toy cars, and they're like, yeah, he's like, I'm gonna drive over here, and you're gonna be over here, and they're plotting something, right? And then like, it's fucking crazy. Like the dude, you don't hear anything happen, but like the main dude, he stops, and he's like looking around, and he's like, put the straps away. And so like they put the guns away, and like he takes a map, puts it away, and like they're like getting ready for something, right? And then you hear a knock at the door, and he tells the other guy to check it out. He says, "It's just these." What does he say? He makes some reference that I don't know, but like he says, "There's these two chicks, and they got spears," and the main dude, he's like, "Well, they're not gonna knock again," so like they let him in, and like they speak in Wakandan basically. Fuck. We should probably just watch it, but like I can't remember what they say. they say something about they tell the main gangster dude, like, prove to us who you are, and like he takes his lip and pulls it down, like you see this blue writing on his lip, and that means he's from Wakanda. And so like, and then something happens. Well, nothing really happens, but like the room goes dark, and then all of a sudden, when the lights come back on, Black Panther's there. It's like, oh shit! The main dude, he like gets down on a knee, and he tells his friends like, get down. So he gets down like he doesn't know what's going on, and so like Black Panther, he tells like the second guy, leave us, and then the other guy's like, no, I trust him with my life. With your permission, I would like him to stay. He said, very well. And like, it turns out this main gangster dude, so like Black Panther takes off his mask, and it turns out these dudes are brothers. So they're Wakandan royalty, basically.
Ah, what a twist.
Yeah. Like, this Black Panther, it's his name is T'Chaka. Yeah. His name is T'Chaka, and he's the father of T'Challa, right?
Right.
All these fucking African names are like confusing because they all.
But that's our fault. We gotta be more worldly. Yeah.
Like Dunai Gurira is in this movie. She's from Walking Dead, and like I heard her. She was on Chris Hardwick's podcast because, of course, he does Talking Dead, and he is in her, and she's talking about like how people murder her name so much, and like, but yeah, like so, like the main character, this Black Panther is T'Challa. His dad is T'Chaka, and T'Chaka's brother is named N'Jabu, and so like T'Chaka goes to him to tell him that this dude Claw, he stole a bunch of vibranium, right? And so like he's selling it on the black market, and like and my movie podcast brought this up too. Is like they're really efficient with the dialogue in this movie. So like they don't even like go back and forth about like accusing each other or whatnot. The gangster dude, he's N'Jabu, he says, "Why are you here?" And then Shaka says, "So I can see your face when you tell me why you betrayed Wakanda." And so like the dude N'Jabu, he talks about like how black people in the U.S. have been persecuted for so many years, or where there's beaten by police and incarcerated and all that stuff. So like he's getting emotional about it. Like he wants to help these people, and like he figures he's gonna take this stuff. He's gonna take vibranium and Wakandan weapons, give them to black people in the urban areas like Oakland, and fucking like start a revolution basically. But Wakandans are very peaceful people. Like they don't want to mess with any other countries.
Yeah, like Amish.
Basically, yeah. Like they figure like let other countries like do what they're gonna do. We just worry about us.
So leave us alone and we won't bother you.
Yeah, pretty much. But like, so T'Chaka and N'Jabu, they like end up disagreeing, and so like T'Chaka tells him, "You will report back to Wakanda, to the tribunal or whatever, and face your crimes." And like he goes to leave, and the dude pulls out a gun, but he's like pointing it at the other dude for some reason. And so Black Panther just snaps into action, fucking like pulls the gun away, and like he puts his claw into the dude's chest and fucking kills him. He kills his brother. It's horrible. It's a very emotional scene. Yeah. And like that was basically it for the beginning. And so like now you go back to the main Black Panther, T'Challa. So like he's going after this dude Claw, and like he couldn't get him. And Killmonger, he's working with him. Then he betrays him, so he kills him, and he brings Claw to Wakanda to like say like this is how he gets entry into the country, and like nobody else knows who he is, but like T'Challa figured it out. Like he already knows who he is, and so like, but the guy still makes a big spectacle of it. Like, Killmonger is the son of N'Jabu, so he's basically cousins to T'Challa, and like, and the reason that's important is because like during the ceremony when T'Challa became the Black Panther, like people, representatives from each of the main tribes in Wakanda, they're there to in case anyone wants to challenge for the throne.
So like any of those people
can be Black Panther,
can challenge, and like has a right to challenge, and you, I guess, take over.
Yeah, and like
so now he gets to issue his challenge.
Yeah,
technically,
and it's pretty crazy. Like, there's this whole thing too with like this flower. They do it in like the intro where they're telling the story of Wakanda. Like the vibranium came in a comet that hit the Earth, and it like infused all the plant life, and so like there was this flower that has this glowing like orb in the middle of it. I forgot what they call it, but like you take that out, and they basically like just grind it up and drink it, and like you get superpowers. Basically, that's how Black Panther is like fast and fucking. You can do all that crazy shit. But like when they do the ceremony to challenge the new king, like they give him something to take away that strength and power. So it would be a fair fight for whoever's challenging him.
Mm-hmm. And
so like during the ceremony, there's 5 tribes, right? So like 4 of the main tribes that are there. No one challenges them. But like the 5th tribe, back in the intro, they talk about this 5th tribe that disagreed, and their people went to live in the mountains. So like they're usually not around for stuff. But like, well, what do you know? They show up at this ceremony to challenge fucking T'Challa. This dude, I think his name is M'Baku. Fucking Gorilla King, I think they call him. He's a fucking big dude. He challenges T'Challa. So like they have a fight, and like they do it on the ceremony. It takes place on this cliff where like there was a waterfall, but like they did this fucking crazy mechanism to like stop the water, so they can be on the side of the cliff, and that's where they have the battle too. So like M'Baku gets T'Challa pretty good during the fight. Like he's almost gonna lose, but then T'Challa fucking reverses him, and like he's got him in like this arm lock with his legs like right on the edge of the cliff, and he's like, submit, do not make me kill you. And it's fucking intense. But like the dude's almost passing out, and like then he taps, and yeah, he won. So like that's that. Fucking he won the challenge, and he gets to be the Black Panther officially. And so like he gets fucked up too during the fight with M'Baku, because like they have knives and spears, and like he gets stabbed in the chest, I think. Fucking horrible. But like after the challenge, then like they give him that herb thing, and like they do something where like he lays down in this sand pit, and they cover him with sand, and then because he took the stuff, then he goes to the ancestral plane, and he fucking sees his dad there, even though his dad's dead. He sees his dad, and he sees all the past Panthers too.
Cool.
Yeah, it's really awesome. Like everything, like it looked like an African plane, but like the sky was all like purple lit stuff, and like, you gotta see it, dude. It's nice. So he goes to the ancestral plane and he talks to his dad about how he's going to be king and all this and that. It's whatever, I guess.
No one's punching.
No, there was a lot of punching. Believe me. You know, it's a fucking Marvel movie. Come on. They're not going to skimp on the punching. Oh, yeah. But then, when Killmonger comes and he fucking challenges T'Challa, because he has right. He's, by blood, he's heir to the throne as well. So they fucking fight. And it seems like he kills him. Like, they're fighting on that cliff, right? And he fucking just like picks him up, fireman's carry, picks him up, and just fucking tosses him over the edge. So everybody says, oh, he's dead. So fucking now Killmonger's the new king and the new Black Panther.
Well, that's that.
The end. So he's basically going to do what his dad wanted to do. He's going to take Wakanda's resources, weapons, and technology and like give it to all the
inner city.
Not just the poor black people in the U.S. He said he wants to help like every country that's in poverty and being like terrorized basically by like tyrannical governments and stuff like that. He just wants to fucking take them all down. But like instead of dying, T'Challa, his body gets picked up by a fisherman and he's taken to the mountains where that fifth tribe lives. And that dude who challenged him, he ends up like helping him to like go fight Killmonger. They take his people and and that's basically it. Like, yeah, T'Challa has to fight Killmonger to like basically finish the challenge because he didn't actually die.
Oh, so it's not over.
It's still going technically. Yeah. Fucking technicalities.
Oh, because you either die or submit?
Yeah. And he didn't submit. So.
I'm still here.
Yeah. And like the movie's pretty funny too. Like T'Challa's sister, what's her name in this? Shuri. She's the one who like makes all the Black Panther suits. She's like head of Wakandan like I was gonna say head of Wakandan IT. But no, she like makes like all the cool technology and shit. Like
like Q and James Bond?
Yeah, basically. Yeah, she's fucking badass. There's a lot of badass chicks in this movie. Like the chick that like T'Challa's in my movie podcast, they didn't want to refer to her as the love interest. Because she's her own character. She's like a spy for Wakanda. She like helps T'Challa a lot, and like trying to find Claw and then helping him fight fucking Killmonger. And fucking Denai Guerrera, her character's name is Okoye. She's a general in the Wakandan army. And she talks about like she was helping T'Challa a lot, but then when she thought he died in the challenge, she said, you know, she's loyal to whoever sits on the throne. So like she was helping Killmonger for a little bit. But then when she sees that T'Challa's alive, and then the whole battle, you know, in the third act happens, and it's fucking, there's like rhinos and shit. It's fucking crazy. You gotta see it, dude. But yeah, of course, Black Panther kills Killmonger. Oh, the irony. Killmonger got killed.
If you're not the Killmonger, you're the Killmongery.
Well said. That's fucking crazy. T'Challa gets him with like a knife, and like stabs him right in the chest, right? So like right in the heart. And like he doesn't die right away. Like I guess he got him in a way where like he only dies if he pulls the knife out, because then he bleeds out. So like he's alive for a little while, and like he talks about how when he was a kid that his dad would tell him how great Wakanda was, and that he wants to see like the sunset. So like T'Challa picks him up, they go outside, and like he's looking at the sunset, and like he's there while he's sitting there with the freaking knife in his chest. T'Challa tells him like, we might be able to save you, and fucking Killmonger this is how badass this dude is. He tells him he tells him why, so you can lock me up, put me in chains, and so you might as well just kill me, because and bury me at sea with my brothers and sisters who jumped off the boats, because they knew that death was better than bondage. And he fucking pulls the knife out of his chest and he just dies. And like, damn. That's some deep shit right there. But T'Challa won, and so yeah, happy.
Black Panther 2 coming soon.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they're working on it right now, because fucking this shit. How much money does IMDb list like how much a movie's made? Like,
I heard it made like all of it.
All the money.
Well, I'm sure it's doing well. I was wondering how it's done in like foreign markets, because how they say like oh, these movies starring minorities never sell well overseas. Oh, you mean where all the minorities are?
Well, I can see this movie doing somewhat okay, like in the Asian market, because like there's a part where they go to South Korea, and they're in this South Korean like underground casino. But then like they go outside and there's a chase in the streets. It's fucking, that's a badass scene right there too. But like, I don't know, some people might just like that. Maybe.
Yeah. I have no expertise in any relevant fields pertaining to that question. Alright, there was one thing that was bugging me about Black Panther, it doesn't have to do with Black Panther at all, but it's just that, like, I'm a big fan of Blade, right? And, like, Blade is great. Like, I like all three Blades. I don't care. They're all fight me.
Even the one with Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah. And Patton Oswalt.
Patton Oswalt was in one of them?
He was in Blade Trinity.
Fuck, I'm gonna have to see that again.
But anyway, like, I've always gone to bat for how good Blade was in this era where everything is like a superhero movie now. Until now, because when Black Panther was coming out, everyone was like, but what about Blade? And I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then like another article comes out, what about Blade? Like, oh, okay. Like, I'm glad people are talking about Blade.
Yeah.
It's like, and then another article comes out, but what, Blade came out I don't care.
People
Why can't we talk about Black Panther?
Well, because like some people were dumb and actually thought Black Panther was the first black superhero.
But like I said, I'm on Twitter a lot. No one said that. No one said this is the first. Like, maybe it was like a headline from some terrible writer. But like I never saw anyone.
It had to be taken down like an hour later.
Yeah, like because of all the complaints. But like I didn't actually see anyone or any headline saying that.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not looking at enough headlines, but it's okay. We all remember Blade. That's all I'm saying. And I think this actually paves the way for a Blade reboot. Well,
you don't think Wesley Snipes is up for it?
I don't think Disney's willing to hire Wesley Snipes. Like, I would love Wesley Snipes to come back. Yeah. I don't know if he would play Blade, but like he should come back in some capacity. I was hoping he would have a cameo in Black Panther.
Yeah, that would have been cool. Oh my god. Well, it's not even relevant, but like the Stan Lee cameo in Black Panther is when they're in the casino. And fucking like you know who Martin Freeman is, right? He's in this movie too. He's a token white guy in Black Panther, but he's in the casino too. And so T'Challa is talking to him. They're at like the craps table, I think. And so like when he goes up to talk to him, he puts down like chips, makes a bet, I guess, and like, but like while they're talking, like he wins, but then he leaves, and like Martin Freeman tells him like, "Hey, you forgot your chips." So fucking Stan Lee walks in and he takes them. He's like, "I'm just gonna take these over here in case he comes back. I'll hold on to him." It's fucking stupid, but it was awesome. It just made me happy to see healthy Stan Lee.
Yeah. Like when you said his cameo, I was like, oh no, is he like in a hospital bed?
No,
in the cameo?
He was perfectly fine.
It's terrible.
Well, he's.
Well, yeah, that is sad. We do have to look at a future where he can't be in all of them.
Like,
and well, I hope they don't Carrie Fisher him into them.
Right. Oh, man.
Or maybe they could just record them all now, all his cameos, and they'll just CGI his cameo into whatever scene they put him in. Because he always plays like an everyman when he's like makes his cameos, right? Like he's always just an average citizen.
Except for that Guardians of the Galaxy where he's talking to the Watchers.
Oh, yeah.
He's like in that spacesuit.
Oh, he also did the outro for an anime I was watching. That blew my mind.
Just some random anime?
Well, it was a weird anime because it was animated all weird. It was about superheroes, right? So it felt like very American. Like from the way it was animated.
So it made sense of seeing Stan Lee there. Like,
yeah. So like, I think it was like way off topic. It was like Marvel did something with some Japanese studios or something.
Oh, okay.
But like, because it looks very comic booky for an animation style. Like lots of simple lines, lots of like big movements.
Like Fully Cooley style?
Yeah, like a comic book come to life kind of animation. But not crummy like those animated comic books. Is there anything else we need to say about Black Panther?
I can't fucking wait to see it again.
You're gonna see it again?
Yeah.
It's still in theaters still?
Yeah. It only dropped to number 2 this week. So like
behind Annihilation.
No, behind Pacific Rim.
Oh.
I don't know how that movie made it to first. Hey, by gum, it did it.
I don't think Annihilation's even in theaters now.
Yeah, I brought it up in my manager's meeting at work that I saw it, and like everyone was like, huh? What movie? I never even heard of this. I was like, yeah, I know. I didn't hear of it either.
It had Natalie Portman in it.
Yeah.
Really?
Jennifer Jason Leigh.
It was like an art house movie? No, it was a big budget sci-fi movie.
Serious.
You don't say.
How did this happen?
Alright, so let's talk about Annihilation.
Yeah, we saw that.
Man, it was good.
Yeah, it was freaky.
It was super slow.
As if I wasn't afraid enough of bears already. Fucking, they have to tear its face off just to freak you out even more.
Yeah, more spoilers because no one even saw this movie. Oh man. So like it starts out like I guess Natalie Portman's husband is like some super secret agent for the military or whatever. So he's like the first one to go investigate this anomaly. This comet lands somewhere.
I thought he was one of the last ones.
Well, I guess he was... No, because when the story starts, her husband has already been missing for a year.
Oh, okay.
So when
I shouldn't even talk since I missed like the first half of it.
Yeah. So, well, you could jump in later.
Okay.
But okay, so then she doesn't hear anything. She just she doesn't hear anything because he's super secret military, right? So, but she doesn't see him for a year, never hears from him, and so she has to assume he's dead, but she doesn't really know, right? And then one day he just shows up, and it's all weird, like he's acting all weird. Day after he comes back, like a bunch of like crazy like Men in Black type FBI people show up and they kidnap her and her husband and everything, right? And her husband starts having like multiple organ failure and stuff like that. So like they put him in some like top secret government hospital or whatever. And they have her like detained in some like government, like, how would you say? Like, I guess like some secret facility. Like probably where they would put an alien if they found one of those. Because this is about as close as it gets, because I guess that the guy, apparently, he went in to investigate that comet, that world they go into, that anomaly that's happening.
Right.
He went to investigate a year ago, and then suddenly he shows up again, which would make him the first person that ever came back out. So but like now he's like in a coma, so they can't even ask him how did he get back out, right? So then she decides to go with the next group that's like gearing up to go inside, right? Because they keep sending groups in to investigate, and they're trying to reach like the center of the anomaly, right? But as the anomaly keeps slowly growing, it's like getting harder and harder to get to the center and find out what's causing it.
Damn.
But then Natalie Portman, she joins a team that's going up next, an all-women's team. Because I guess if you're sending people on suicide missions, you gotta stop being sexist at some point.
Yeah. But eventually you just run out of men too, right?
Probably. But anyway, so now Natalie Portman is there where the anomaly is, where the comet hit, right? And so basically the comet hit this lighthouse on like the shore of a beach, and like now this like weird purple haze is kind of growing around it.
Purple haze.
And it's gotten like bigger and bigger. And they go in to investigate, and I think this is when you started watching.
Yeah. Wait. I think when I started watching, they were already inside.
Yeah, I think they had just gone inside.
Yeah.
But then they're all working towards the center, and everything's going okay, I guess at the beginning, until they meet the Sharkigator.
Oh, I missed the Sharkigator.
Yeah, you came in right after the Sharkigator, now that I think about it. Oh man, that was intense. Because, well, basically, like, okay, so they're investigating, like, this, kind of like a beach house, right? Or like a lake house. And they go inside, and, like, the lake house is, like, flooded because it's been so dilapidated, right? So they look around, they look for any people, and there's no one there, and they're starting to leave, and then something grabs one of the girls from the water and almost pulls her in. But they escape, and they all come running out. They like get back to the water, to the land, onto like the shore, right? And then that's when the alligator comes out. And it's just a huge alligator, like a 20-foot alligator, right? And it's just going like insane, like. And then that's when Natalie Portman, she gets her shit together, and she just starts shooting the crap out of it. But, like, that is one pissed alligator. Like, it's coming right at her. Like, it's charging her, like, nonstop until it's, like, completely riddled with holes.
Fuck.
But then they decide to look inside the alligator because they want to know how the alligator survived in here, right? Because that was, like, the first creature they saw in here. Like, they were talking about how there was, like, oh, there's no bird. Like, I don't hear any birds and, like, or any bugs or anything. So it's, like, really weird, right? They think everything inside is dead.
Okay.
But anyway, so like the alligator is like the first thing they see, and once they kill it, they look inside its mouth and it has alligator teeth. Or wah wah wah. It has shark teeth. Like it has like all those deep rows of shark teeth. Like you know how shark constantly regenerate their teeth, so they have like rows behind rows behind rows of teeth.
Yeah.
Like a conveyor belt of teeth. And that's what the alligator had inside. It looked all gross and intense. And it was super awesome.
Jeez.
And then because Natalie Portman's a biologist, it's like this alligator has shark teeth. Like what? Like they made it or something? It's like, no, idiot. Like, no, they can't do that.
Yeah.
But then that's when so that was weird, but everyone's okay. And they start going deeper, right? And that's when they set up camp at the one place and they're on lookout. Were you here for that one? When they're on the lookout. Because it's
like nighttime, right?
Yeah, so like no one could see anything. They're just aiming in the dark. And that's when like the bear busts through the
Fucking
gate.
Bear, man.
It like busts through like a giant like federal gate, you know? Like and like it just burst through and it looked enormous too, like the alligator did. Like it didn't look weird, it was just a giant bear.
Yeah.
Like a giant 12-foot bear.
Normally bear would be like 7-8 feet.
Yeah, that's a good bear right there.
Yeah. Fuck.
Or like a polar bear could be like 9, maybe 10 feet.
Yeah.
That was just like a fucking 2-story bear. Well, it felt that way. Maybe it was a little smaller than that, but it was like
maybe
huge.
you were just high too.
Definitely, but still. It was like, even if it was just a regular bear, they like the way they framed the scene, it was all scary because like no one could see what was happening.
Yeah.
But then from there, they got to keep going, you know, and they're getting closer and closer to the lighthouse at the center. Everyone's losing it because someone's already died because of the bear. And that's when the other girl, like, loses her mind, right?
Yeah, and she ties everybody up, right?
Yeah, because they were saying, oh, and they also find that footage of the people that, like, they find footage of what happened to the people, another group that went in there.
Yeah.
And that's when they see that videotape. And this is like the parts from the trailer when they're trying to play it up as like a big scary movie that I was expecting. And like they slice the guy open in the stomach and you could see all those like, they look like intestines kind of, but they're just like
tubes.
And they're just like rushing around in there. Like,
that was pretty freaky.
Yeah. It looks like they're just like rotating in there or something. Like, oh, it was so disturbing.
The dude like puts his hand behind it and was like,
don't what? That was like, yeah. But like the guy, when they cut him open, the guy is alive. He's like, what's happening to me? And they're like, everyone's like, oh my God. And then like they're watching the video of that happening. And they're all grossed out. Natalie Portman.
But they're trying to make sense of it. Like,
yeah, it's like, and so when the girl on Natalie Portman's team loses her mind and she ties up Natalie Portman and like the leader of her team, they're saying like, oh, am I like that inside? Like I could feel it. I could feel my insides, but I'm terrified to look. Like if I cut you open, is that what you will look like? Yeah. And like she's freaking out. And then she says like, it's like, how do I know you didn't really kill our friend and not the bear? It's like, I saw it. It's like, you're the only one that saw it because it was dark.
Oh, yeah. And
then that's when the best part of the movie. So, like, super spoilers now.
Well, it was crazy because, like, while the chick's going crazy, she hears her friend screaming. And so she's like, she's alive. And, like, she runs out to go help her, right?
But because it comes right after Natalie Portman, because it's like, I was there, I saw her die.
Yeah.
And then that's when you hear, like, the scream.
Yeah.
Like, help! Like, way off in the distance. And, like, you could see, like, the shock on Natalie Portman's face and the friend's face at the same time. Like, the way they framed it was so good, right?
Yeah.
And then, so, the only girl that's untied, she runs out, and then Oh man.
But you don't see what happens to her. You just see
Yeah.
the bear come in. And like it's missing half its face, right?
Like it grew too fast for its bones, right? Because it looked like a boar, I guess, like a gigantic, kind of like maybe like a buffalo and a hog.
I was thinking it was like a human skull fused with the bear skull. Like,
Oh, you're right.
yeah.
But it felt kind of like, I guess I felt, because it was on all fours, it didn't look like the bear, like, because the bear stood up. So
Well,
that's what.
bears walk on all fours too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it looked like a mix of things, but it looked cool because like it took in all sorts of stuff together. That's what made that such like a creepy animal.
Yeah, because you weren't exactly sure what you're looking at. It's like,
This is not right.
no, it is not.
But then you get the close up of its mouth.
Yeah,
There's several mouths.
right next to, was it Natalie Portman's face?
Yeah, well, because Natalie Portman and the leader, they're still tied up.
Yeah.
So it basically like walks right between them. And and then it shows like its mouth open, and then its mouth open,
With
and then its other mouth open.
Teeth and
Oh man. And then you hear it, because like what was really disturbing and awesome about this creature was how realistic it looked in the way that it was able, because like the way its teeth were made are disturbing, because anything with human teeth is just immediately disturbing, right?
Yeah.
And then, but like that showed like how it was able to make that disturbing noise.
Of the girl screaming.
Yeah. Like it like evolved fast enough to like absorb and learn and evolve to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's disturbing on multiple levels.
Absolutely. But that's like
that's probably the best. Well, no, one of the best parts of the movie, right there.
Oh, then that thing takes out her
The crazy chick, right?
Yeah.
She comes back in and like tries to shoot it, right? Then it goes after her,
Yeah.
just tears her to shreds.
So then it's just Natalie Portman and the person who was her leader, but she goes crazy too, and they go their separate ways, kinda.
Yeah. So Natalie Portman, she ends up going to the lighthouse by herself, right?
Yeah. And she finally makes it, and man, talk about an artsy scene. The lighthouse scene looks like incredible.
Yeah.
It's like like very Planet of the Apes, kinda, because it's just like you're on the beach, but you see all these glass structures that look insane.
Oh yeah, from the sand.
Yeah.
The
Well,
sand.
we didn't even talk about. Were you there when they had the tree people?
Yeah.
Like the trees, like there were trees growing, like plants growing, but they were taking the shape of people.
Yeah, I think they said like it even resembled like the blood.
Oh yeah, because they had a
System.
doctor on their team, and like this plant grew elbow joints and finger joints. Like it's not just like it actually has limbs and like the right bone structures and stuff.
Yeah, that was weird. This movie is so weird.
Oh man. But then along the way we finally learned like what's causing it. Basically, as that like it's like that purple haze, like this fog, I guess, or like
The shimmer.
it feels like the shimmer. It's like this shimmering glow that's like slowly growing from the comet crash, and basically everything in there is getting reflected off of the walls of the shimmer.
Yeah, but like when you think of reflected, you think of light. But they said this thing, it's reflecting even like cells.
So like everything that
Everything that
goes into the shimmer,
it's affected by it.
yeah, it's being reflected and reflected back, and everything is reflecting everything else inside the dome.
Didn't they
basically.
show one of them looking at a microscope too, and like a cell divided but like the cell that it made, it was like shimmery.
I think so.
Yeah.
There were a lot of like things about cancer in the movie. Because yeah, Natalie Portman was like a cancer biologist.
Oh, okay.
And so like that's what they were wondering about, like, because that's what's happening. Like everything is just exponentially seems to be growing inside there.
Yeah.
But Natalie Portman finally makes it to the beach. It looks beautiful because like the sand is turning into glass. Like, I guess the first thing the comet knew was the sand, right? So it started using sand to emulate the plants because it has all these like glass, like coconut trees.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks incredible. But then she gets inside the lighthouse where the comet crashed. Like you see the comet hole.
Yeah.
And then she finds a video. Like her husband had made it all the way to the lighthouse too. She finds like his final recording.
Oh, man, that was messed up. When he pulls out that...
The incendiary grenade.
Yeah. Oh. That was rough.
Oh, yeah. We told that scene totally out of order, too. But that's why you should see the movie.
Yeah.
Because, like...
The whole movie's out of order.
Oh, yeah. That, like, during the whole movie, there's lots of, like, flashbacks to, like, her life before all this madness. But, like...
I remember seeing a flashback of, like, when her husband's telling her that he has to leave.
But the flashbacks are good at establishing the characters.
Yeah.
Like, they don't last too long. And one thing I really liked about this movie was actually, like, there was not a whole lot of dialogue at all.
I think there's a good amount.
But, like, a lot of it is just Natalie Portman looking at stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not too much exposition, but there is a lot of people just going like, what the fuck?
What's happening?
Yeah.
What's happening to me? What's happening to that? What's happening to you?
And more of just, what the fuck?
Yeah. That's how I would feel. And I throw up a lot.
Yeah.
And then everyone inside the shimmer has throw up. Great. And then I just throw up more.
And then you get shimmery vomit.
This is not working out. That's why they don't send people like us in there. They send scientists.
Okay, so yeah, you got to go back to after Natalie Portman watches the video of her husband. Like she goes into the crater, right, in the lighthouse.
Yeah, she decides to go all the way to the crater of the comet.
Yeah.
And that's when like that thing comes out of the crater.
Yeah. Well, that chick's there, the one that was the leader, Jennifer Jason Leigh's character.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's there, but she doesn't have eyes, right?
Yeah.
What was that about?
Oh, because
so
she
it
gave
wasn't
herself
really her?
up to the plant or to the thing, like because it's already in them, you know.
Yeah.
So she just gave herself up to it, basically.
And then that's how she becomes that thing that's like the entity.
Yeah.
It's basically an alien, right?
Well, like an alien thing, something from not Earth. Yes, alien.
It's hard to describe.
Well, because it's not like an alien, like I come in peace or
No.
not. Pew, pew, pew. Like it's neither of those. So it's like a bacteria that shows up or something. Like it's just like
it takes human form.
It's just a new form of life that decided to show up.
Yeah.
And usurp our form of life.
But it's crazy when it's like mimicking Natalie Portman, and like when she tried to leave, she went up to the door,
And it also tried to leave.
yeah. But then and then she's like trying to push against it to like get away, but like since she's pushing, it's pushing back on her and then crushing her, and she passes out. And as she passes out, the thing just like it follows
Mimics
her.
passing out.
Yeah. It was crazy, man. That really fucked with my mind right there. Just like it took me a while to get what was going on. I was like, So weird.
But then, like, so at the end, they're interviewing her about it, like she made it out.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, what does it want? I don't know. Well, what's it trying to do? I don't know. Well, do you think it's do you think it's hostile? It just seems to be doing its thing.
Yeah.
Like, whatever it's here to do, it's doing it.
Yeah. And then they let her go talk to her husband, right? Because he's awake.
Mm-hmm.
And then it has a weird ending.
Yeah, because they've both been in the shimmer. So then it's like... So she asks, like, so now she knows that her husband's actually dead. Right?
Right.
So she knows that that thing is just like a manifestation of the shimmer.
Yeah.
But then she's like, no. And then I think that implies that Natalie Portman is actually the shimmer version made it out, and not the real Natalie Portman.
No, because then, like, after she passes out from it, like, she gets up and she gives it the grenade, remember?
Yeah, and then the grenade barely does shit.
It burned the whole lighthouse down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you think the real Natalie Portman made it out, right?
Yeah.
But at the end, when she's talking to her husband, like, I'm not the real husband, like, I know that. And she's like, are you really my wife? And she's like, I don't know.
And then that's it.
Yep. Annihilation. But dude, it was so oddly slow paced. Like, I didn't know they make movies that slow anymore. But it felt fast.
Yeah, it wasn't like an action movie.
It was. Gave you a lot of time to think and be terrified of the implications.
Very, very nerve-wracking.
And you just didn't want that bear boar person thing to show up again.
Yeah. Or what other kind of creatures might pop up next.
Yeah, especially after you shot some of them, because then it's like, now they probably grew guns.
Well, you gotta start slow, or then it'll be a cannon first.
It just sticks the dynamite at you.
Yeah.
That's how you get a world like Zelda or something, with like goblins that throw bombs at you. And But yeah, I guess this movie's not getting the sequel.
Yeah, I don't see that happening either.
Annihilation 2. Annihilation Nation. Alright. Anything else we gotta talk about?
I'm watching these people make phone cases out of cheese.
Should we talk about it?
No, that's a waste of time.
Everything's a waste of time.
Thank you very much, cherry bananas apples.
Alright, we're back.
With what?
Frank is gonna build his own iPhone out of cheese.
What?
Well, you know how now, right? It's very simple and straightforward.
It wasn't a phone, it was a phone case. Even more useless.
Because it's
and
like...
it wasn't even working, he couldn't even put his phone in it.
It's like all the opposite things you want out of cheese or a phone case.
It's not edible.
Namely that they're made out of cheese.
This is a horrible idea all around. 17 comments. Let's see what people said about this video. I did not enjoy this video. The top comment. Let's count the things wasted. Cheese, time, life, my internet bandwidth. Wow, what an amateur. Should have used low-fat mozzarella. It's like they misunderstood everything about why William Osmond is popular.
What?
Who's William Osmond?
I don't know. You lost me. Alright, well...
DIY.
So how many views does this have? How did you find it?
It was on Reddit. The video only has 3,300 views.
All from Reddit. But like cheese isn't even cheap.
No.
It's like I could get like a nice thick like T-bone steak and put my phone in that. Right? Like isn't the only like all you have to do is cut a hole in the piece of food. You use a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
Like a deep dish casserole.
A cucumber. Maybe more like a pumpkin.
Yeah, squash. Real big potato. Like a potato would be way easier.
Yeah.
And much cheaper. You have multiple potatoes for multiple electronic devices.
And you fry it and it like makes it more formidable.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We can talk about Smash Brothers.
What's happening with Smash Brothers?
A new one's coming out. Maybe.
Again?
Yeah. Enough with them Smash Brothers already. It's like they come out every 5 years or something. Almost as often as just the Winter Olympics. Okay, so Smash Brothers.
Yay!
It was recently announced, which is nice. And then even more recently, they announced that it's going to be playable. They're going to be holding a tournament for this Smash Brothers.
Ooh.
At E3, which is in June. I think the middle of June. So that means this game is going to be in playable form, like only months after it was announced. So that could mean two things. One, that they barely started working on the game and it's like a port of the Wii U version. Or that as soon as they finish like the Wii U and the 3DS versions, Masahiro Sakurai started working on this version. Which could make sense. Usually, Sakurai, the creator of Smash Brothers and the producer, well, like the games don't go unless he's working on it, right? And I don't know what he's been working on since Smash Brothers. So he could have been working on Smash Brothers the whole time.
Yeah.
Which means this game will already be like 2 years in development. Which would be pretty crazy, right?
How long does it usually take to make a game?
A game like this, probably 4 or 5 years.
Oh, okay. So then you only have to wait like 2 or 3 more years then.
Yeah. Well, that's what I thought, right? I didn't think they were going to announce Smash Brothers till next year. I thought they might announce it next year and then have it come out in like 2020.
Jeez.
Like, take your time.
Yeah.
But no, I guess they're in a hurry. So they announced it. It's going to be playable. So is it almost done? I guess it's going to come out this year too. That's pretty fast turnaround. But that makes me think it's probably a port of the Wii U version.
Yeah.
Because, like, how could they, like, remake all, like, I would think it would be just, like, an upgrade of the Wii U version. Like, with some new modes, a couple new characters.
Some new stages.
Yeah. But, it would just basically be, like, an update, you know? Or, like, DLC, kind of.
Yeah.
So, it would just be, here's the same thing, but more of it. Which is basically what Smash Brothers is now. It's not like they're going to radically redesign it.
I'm on the Nintendo subreddit.
Are they talking about Smash Brothers?
Well, I'm reading this post right now about what's your unpopular Smash Bros. Opinions?
Melee sucks.
This person started off with how they don't miss Snake, but they do miss Ice Climbers and Roy. I want Pikachu to come back. Or Pichu.
Yeah, Pichu wouldn't be nice. How much Smash Brothers have you played, Frank?
I pretty much only played Smash Brothers with you and Stefan.
That would be the Wii version, right? Brawl?
Yeah.
Widely known as the worst version of Smash Brothers.
Why?
No, I thought it was fine.
Wait, which one was the GameCube version?
Melee.
Oh,
we played a lot of that.
Yeah. No, but I liked Brawl. It felt more streamlined. It was...
More characters.
Yeah.
Looked better.
Fucking Pit. Oh, man.
Pit was great.
I kick ass with Pit.
So, we're excited for new Smash Bros.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be... what do you call it? An update and not a completely new game. Some people are saying it's gonna be a completely new game. I just don't think they have the time for that.
Who knows? Maybe they were working on it in secret. And just announce it now. Here it is!
Surprise!
Merry Christmas! Are you want to go to E3?
No.
No? You can go as media!
I could.
I'm down to go. I'll go for my birthday. It's in June. Fuck it.
We'll see. To be continued.
Road trip!
Well, technically. We will need roads.
I ain't gonna fly that shit. Fuck that.
Down like 30 minutes away.
Yeah.
We'll go to LAX. Get me to the nearest LA airport, sir. Okay. Well, there's a game called Detective Pikachu out now. It's about a Pikachu who's also a detective who sounds like he's 40 years old.
Oh yeah, isn't Ryan Reynolds gonna play Detective Pikachu?
Oh yeah, in the movie.
Why would you make a movie of that?
Because Ryan Reynolds is really willing to play the voice of Pikachu.
I guess that's pretty awesome.
Do you think that's all it took? Like we got this movie about Pikachu, but he's a detective. Do you want to do the voice? Yeah. And then like they go to the studio. Like Ryan Reynolds is like, I want to be Pikachu in this movie. Well, Deadpool was good. Deadpool made money. All right.
Green light.
Like, so it's a lot like Deadpool, right? Because that made a lot of money. Ryan Reynolds was like, yeah.
Can't wait to see what the dailies look like that on that one.
Well, they said they're even gonna like use facial recognition, so that Pikachu's gonna kind of look like Ryan Reynolds. That's disturbing.
Yeah, it's supposed to look like Pikachu.
All right, are we done podcasting then?
Yeah.
All right, the end. Thanks for listening to the Bystanders Podcast. Subscribe to us on YouTube at youtube.com/GameMusicForAll. You can find links and show notes from today's episode at thebystanderspodcast.com. Follow us on Instagram at thebystanderspodcast and on Twitter at TBSPodcast. And you can support the show by subscribing to us at patreon.com/GenoBoots.